Hello to the one person that's watching. How are you? Hey, hello, Jason. How you doing? You okay? Hope you're okay, okay, love. Good, okay. Ew. Oh, 6 people. Hey, glad you're okay, darling. Hang on. I'll just pop the StreamYard link out if anybody wants to join the panel. If it's not a soft spot, you're more than welcome. Hang on. All right, 2 seconds. Just put this out. There you go. There is a StreamYard link for the panel if you want to pop up if you feel like. Oh, nice one, Jason. Good say, darling. Nice one. Good stuff. When you're set up and ready to go, let me know, yeah? Please let me know. I can join you when I can. All right, so let me just get them back comfortable. It's a bit of a kind of a random live, kind of. I wasn't really planning on doing one, but early on today I thought, you know what? I'll see how I feel. I might do one tonight at some point, and I thought we'll give it a go and we'll see how we do. It's as simple as that. Oh, hello, Manchester. How are you? Looking fire. I won't go that far, darling. Thank you very much, though, of course. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm just chilling, mate, just in my chill clothes, and I put a little bit of makeup on, but nothing crazy, just a wee bit. Mascara and a bit of lippy, and that's it, done. No worries, Jason, not a problem. Okay. Yeah, I'll just sit here and chill for a bit then. See who pops on the chat. See you if anybody pops on the panel. We'll see what happens. Where's the lighting on? Hang on a second. Thank you for the 16 people watching. Nice one. Cheers, my dears. Hope you're all doing okay. Right, there you go. There's a stream link again. Oh, yes, David Scott. Hello, sweetheart. One of my friends off here. How are you doing, darling? I know you've not been well at all, but you see my messages, yeah? You know what you got to do, darling. You know what you got to do. It's down to you now. Just, get an appointment, speak with your doctor, and take it from there. I am so thanks, darling. Not too bad at the moment. Nice one, David. Glad to hear it, darling. Okay, is anybody going to come on the panel, or am I just going to be sat here, talking to myself? Of course, I don't mind speaking to people in the chat, but it would be nice to have people on the panel if possible too. Only if you can. I ain't gonna force no one. Oh, David, you always go to the concerts that I want to go to, darling. I'll happily go with you if I could. Flipping busted. Yes. I was literally sick because it's the 20th year anniversary, isn't it, with Busted now. And they've all grown up. They're all big boys. They've all got families and stuff. And yeah, they're very talented guys, so people forget how talented they are. Hello, Michael. How are you? I'm not too bad at the moment, darling. How you doing, Michael? Hope you're okay. Who's coming on the panel? David, of course, darling. I'm not expecting you to come on panel, sweetheart. I know you've not been well. You've gone through a lot. Hello, Gypsy Auditor. How are you? You all right, mate? It's been a while since I've seen your name about. Hope you're all right. Oh, nice one, Michael. In Rock City in Nottingham. Enjoy, mate. Have your flipping self the most amazing time ever. Enjoy yourself and let your hair down, love. Yes. Hello, Steph. How are you? Hope you're okay, Steph. Hello, Gregory. How you doing? Gypsy Auditor, welcome. Thank you for joining. No worries, Michael. This live stream was very much last minute, mate. Seriously, very much last minute. I was not properly planning on doing one today. I just thought we'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel. Nice one, Gypsy Auditor. I'm glad that you're okay and that you're still about. Nice one. Stop teasing me, David. Stop teasing me, love. Of all this busted stuff. Oh, I'd love to go and see them. If you don't mind me asking, David, you don't have to obviously say for a word, darling. You can obviously say in private if you want to, not an issue at all. I was just going to ask you, like, roughly, how much are we talking for these tickets then to see Busted live? And whereabouts are your seats or standing places that you're in? Hello, MKX and Matt. Sorry, hang on. Matt who? Can't see shit. Hang on. Matt Whaley. I can't see your name properly, mate. That font that you're using is throwing my eyes off, darling. That's not bad, that, David, at all. Seriously, sweetheart. Good evening, MKX. How are you? Hope you're okay. Nice one, Michael. That sounds awesome. Have the most amazing time ever, my friend. Walker, does that say? Flipping heck. That you've got to squint, mate, to see that. Wow. Yes, Michael. Matt Walker. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hope you're okay. Have you been here before, Matt Walker? Are you a newbie? Have you been around my channel and panel before, or is this a new thing to you? Oh, Michael, have an amazing birthday on Sunday as best as you can, darling. Happy birthday for Sunday. And yeah, hope you have a great day, darling. Okay, cool, David. That's not bad then, is it? That's not bad at all, to be honest with you. Are you like David? Are you near the are you like near the front or in the middle, on the stalls, on the side? Whereabouts are your tickets? Do you know whereabouts roughly you're gonna be, David, when you see Busted live? Oh, I see, Matt. Not a problem, love. No worries. Your name does ring a bell. It's just seeing that font that's thrown me off, love. But there you go. Hope you're okay. Hello, Free Speech Pride. How are you? And thank you everybody for joining as always. Thank you very much. Right, who's coming on panel? Who is coming on the panel? Don't leave me hanging, guys. Of course, I want to speak to you in the chat, but it would be really nice if we could have somebody on the panel to come and keep me company because I feel a bit lonely right now, yeah? And you need flipping somebody come up and say hello, please. We can have a little chat together. Oh, bless you, David. Yeah. Hope you're okay, MC. Hope you are doing well. All right, Papa, how's it going, mate? You okay? Oi, get your ass in it. Excuse me, my throat went on me then. Please get your bottom on here, Mr. PAP, Danny Boy, Mr. Pap. If you can, please come and say hello if possible. That would be lovely. It would be nice to have somebody on the panel, to be honest with you. Of course, we've got the chat, and the chat, keep us going, guys. At times, they do in general, to be honest with you. But when you're doing these live streams, it would be nice if we could have somebody come on the panel and keep me company, because you feel like you're talking to a brick freaking wall. I'm gonna sec. David, 1 minute, darling.
Hello.
Hello, streaky monkey. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm getting there.
Oh, bless you, darling. I know you've been through hell the past few days. Obviously, of course, you just say what you want to hear. Yeah, I don't feel like you've got to, say or tell anything. Okay, just say what you want to say. Right. How are you feeling at the moment then, from the past few days?
Not too bad, to be honest. I feel all right. I don't feel great, but I feel all right.
Okay. Right. Bless you, darling. This young man has gone through hell with his health, and I'm not obviously going to say it here and now unless he decides to speak about it. I'm not going to say a word.
Most of them know anyway. So.
Say again?
Most of them know anyway, so I'm not really that bothered.
Okay. 2 seconds, darling. We've got so many bells popping on panel. Hey, Mr. PAP, Mr. Danny Boy.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you, can see you. You're okay,
All right,
cool. How you doing?
Cool. I'm not so bad. I thought I'd jump on for a bit, but I won't stay on for long because I don't want to bring trouble to your channel. So.
You did fuck off, right? You won't bring trouble to my channel anyway, so behave yourself. What the hell is going on, and are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Been getting a lot of stick recently, you see. So I've been blamed for trouble on people's channels. So I've been staying away from their channels, but I still get blamed for shit. So
just ignore them, mate. All you can do is just ignore them.
How you doing, David? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Good. Well, yeah, I'm all right. We have spoke before, haven't we, David?
We have, yeah. We spoke last time, so
yeah.
Good to see you again, man.
I can't see the chat, by the way, people, because I'm on my phone, so I don't know if anyone's saying anything in the chat to me. So
yeah,
forgive me if
I can't see anything.
Hey, Ministry. Hello, Ministry. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. In the chat now.
What have you been up to, Laura?
Right, well, I'll tell you what, Pap, right, Danny Boy.
Go on.
I am still very confused about the other night, and honestly, I am not expecting you to talk about all this and get into it now, yeah? But I'm just, I love you to bits, yeah? I think you're in, and I've never had a problem with you at all. You've never done anything wrong to me. You've always been lovely, polite, and respectful, and that's that, really. And when it comes to the other party, if that's what you want to say, he has been nice to me as well. But at the same time, I know there has been beef between you guys, and I know there's been a bit of shit. But we've got to find a way to move on from it. That's what we've got to do.
I'll tell you what, Laura, I'm not going to mention it on here, so I'm not going to talk about it on here, okay? Because it will bring shit to you for allowing it to be spoke about on here. So I'm not going to talk about it or anything like that on here. I will speak to you privately.
Yep.
But I'm not going to do it on here because I don't want to bring any trouble to your live streams.
Why can't people just get on?
No, Pap, you know this though, yeah. No matter what happens, right? You've never done anything wrong to me, right?
Yeah,
Or the people on my channel and on my panel, we've never had any issues with you at all. You've always been lovely to us, and that's the way that I roll. Unless you do something to hurt me, my family, or my friends, or people I care about, yeah,
yeah.
we might have an issue. But right now, there is no issue at all. And you know,
You're
I
more
think
than
you're
welcome on
lovely.
my channel as well, Pat. Just so you know.
Sorry, David.
You're more than welcome on my panel as well, mate.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you. As I
You're
say,
welcome.
I'm just not gonna, I'm just not gonna discuss what went on yesterday on here or on yours, David. If
Yeah,
I come on yours, simply because it will just get you involved in something that is nothing, no offence, nothing to do with you, and therefore
yeah.
you shouldn't have to get involved because it's been discussed.
That's all
Well, there
right.
you go. That makes complete sense, sweetheart. It really does. Thank you. But you know, I'm here. Yeah, you need me. I'm
Mm.
here. But there we go. But all in all, then, Pap, how is life treating you? All in all,
Well, I've had a lot on. Hence why I've not put any videos out for the last few weeks. I'm in the
yeah,
middle of trying to sort out trying to move back down south.
right.
That's not as easy as people might think it is these days.
Yeah, it's a bit
Mm-hmm.
hard to move nowadays, isn't it? Really.
Well, the
Yeah,
worst part is I've moved from somewhere where the cost of living is higher, or was higher years ago, to somewhere where the cost of living is less, like to Liverpool, and to move back to an area where the price of everything goes up again makes it very difficult to move back from a
Yeah,
poorer area, shall we
I
say?
can imagine
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um,
Makes
so
sense. Yeah.
so I've been trying to deal with that for some time, and things seem to be moving in the right direction now. But
It can
um,
get a bit awkward sometimes, can't it? Moving and stuff.
yeah, well, I've been trying to get back down south for the last few years, and what with my health and my physical health and my mental health, um, you know, cash, we're all struggling at the moment. It's not been easy, so I'm hoping things are moving in the right direction now, which will be a bonus. Um, I had a kitchen fitted a month ago. That's the last time I put videos out. When I had that done, it took me a week to get over that. Having strangers in my house at 8 o'clock in the morning because my mental health. I like to be on my own in my space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I can be on a stream because I'm in control. I can switch off anytime I want. But when I'm in my house and
Yeah,
there's people in my house, and especially when they're
You
ripping the
can't. You
kitchen out,
can't really relax, can you? To be honest.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it took me a while to get over that, and then the whole thing with the moving, trying to get that sorted out, and things have just snowballed, and I've been a bit snowed under. I'm hoping to get back to doing videos really, really soon. That's where I'm in my element. Really, I enjoy doing it.
But you
Otherwise,
put
I'm
yourself first, sweetheart. You do what you've got to do in your life to do what you want to achieve and what you want to go
mm,
to next in your life. Do you know what I mean? YouTube will always be here, yeah? This is what you've got to
yeah,
remember. YouTube will be here. If it's not forever, it'll be for a long, long time. And we've got to put ourselves first. We really are. We're human beings. We're not YouTube. We're human beings. We've all
yeah,
I've
got
got a
our own
song in my
stuff
sure.
to
head.
deal
Sorry.
with.
If you can
Yeah.
hear me singing, by the way, it's because I got a song in my head. Sorry.
Oh, go for it, David. And by the way, I've just seen, oh boys, I've on panel, I've just seen in the chat a minute ago, somebody called MC. Please ask Pat if he knows about the Christopher Alder story.
I know
And
the
if
name.
and if not, tell him to look into his name and Hull Live shocking story of abuse and no justice. Excuse me.
Right. I'll have a look at that, MC. I'll have a look at that. Is Christopher older? Or Alder? How old is he? Or roughly?
See you soon in
I
a
know that might
hotel
I know
room.
that might seem like an irrelevant question, but it might be relevant to something else I'm working on. That's all.
In a holiday romance hostess.
Don't get me boogie now, David.
Sorry, I've got busted in my head. I've been listening to quite a lot.
There's a thing to the year 3000.
3000. Not much to say, but they lived underwater. And as your great granddaughter, she's pretty
Pretty
fine.
fun. Pretty fun. Yes.
That's what I go to school for. Even though it is a real
Yes.
one, you can call me crazy. I know that she's
And she
crazy.
crazy.
That's what
What
I
I
go to
go to
school
school
for.
for.
Doom, doom,
What
doom.
I go to school for. What a tune. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Nix. Nix is here. Hiya, darling. How you
Big up,
diddly
Nick.
doing? Nix, my darling. Nix, just so you know, love, yeah. Obviously, this has got nothing to do with you or anything, yeah. I'm just letting you know that in the coming days, the next week or two, whenever I get a chance, I'm going to have to go through my mods list and basically start from scratch. I'll have my super mod. I might get another super mod involved. We'll see what happens. But there has been, obviously not yourself, Nick, sweetheart. This is not towards you. This is just in general. I've been getting a few rogue mods, let's put it that way, that are doing things they should not be doing, love.
Bloody mods.
I know, you spanners. But at the same time, we all need some spanners on our channel, love. We all need a few mods. But at the same time, it's just like, if you're going to take the mic, ain't going to
Yeah, it's
happen, love.
taking Nick and then it's
No,
taking.
this is why the spanners on my channel rarely change, and that's because I get to know people. They get to know what my levels are and what my limits are. And if you start dishing spanners out willy nilly to people, you get people misusing it and you know, timing people out when they shouldn't or needn't be timed out and stuff like that. And it can be a bit of a pain in the ass when you have too many. But you're
I've
right.
only got like
There's
4 Spanish on my channel, if that.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's, I've probably got about 8 to 10 now, but want to cut it back down. I'm not feeling it. Just something's telling me. Have a few spanners, have a few mods. Just don't go crazy. Just have a few.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
only got 4.
Yeah.
It seems to work out for me, so. And that's what I'm saying.
hmm
I don't care what people think. I'm sticking with 4 and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. You do what's right for you, darling. Excuse me. Simple as that.
What have you been up to anyway, Laura?
Oh, all sorts. We've been pretty poorly, but then we've got a bit more, well, a bit better, and then we've had appointments to deal with. We've done a few of those today, and you know, just trying to think as positive as possible because I have been very up and down the past few months, and yeah, I just need to get things back on track a bit more, which
I
I am
know.
planning to do, of course. And I've got many ideas. I've got lots of things up my sleeve, darlings. That we'll see what happens there. But
I was in
yeah,
hospital yesterday, Pat.
yeah. I was
Sorry,
going to
David.
say that
I
this
was in
one here,
hospital yesterday.
yeah, he's been in hospital, Mr. David
Oh,
Scott, the
fucking hell.
past few days. Yeah,
How
bless
come?
him.
What's happened? Can you say or not? I mean,
Because
it
of my
doesn't matter if you
heart.
can't. Because of your heart.
Yeah. It's been playing up again really bad.
Was it like
I've been in a lot of pain with it.
was it like irregular heartbeat or something?
Yeah, I get in regular heartbeats, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, you've
Sorry
got
to
the
hear that.
hole in your heart, and you, David, darling.
Yeah.
You've got the hole in the heart, and then the irregular heartbeats, and then you get the pain in the legs, don't you, as well?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you want to think even with a hole in it, think yourself lucky you've got one. I've just got a swinging brick.
But David, though, on a serious note, for a second, right? You were saying before to me in private, on a message that you were saying. Obviously, I'm trying to be careful here what I'm saying here, but you're saying that, you know, they're making it out as if it's something that it's not. And
Yeah,
from
apparently
what
it's
you've
something.
told me so far,
It's
yeah,
something with my mind or something. I don't
I'm
understand it.
sorry, that's a load of bullshit. At the end of the day, if you were experiencing pains in your chest and like your heart kind of area, and just so you know, yeah, obviously your heart's on your left hand side, yeah, everybody thinks it's there. It's not, it's here, it's in the middle, right? But obviously, when you test it and do your blood pressure checks and all that, it's on the left-hand side. But I'm telling you now, David, you have got to put your foot down, darling, with your doctors because, and like you said yourself to me before, you're going to
Yeah,
get a private appointment
it's
face
like
to
they're taking
face
the
with a
piss.
doctor. Yeah.
It's literally like they're taking the piss out of me now.
He's not even 30 years old.
No, I'm
Really?
He's not even 30 years old. He's like 28 going on 29 and he's
29.
Fucking
going
young
through
un.
all this.
Is this still a
29
young
at the end of July. So
Still a young un.
Oh, it's just so frustrating because I've followed his journey and I've tried to help him as much as I can, but I'm no doctor. They're the
Yeah.
doctors. They know, excuse me, what they're talking about.
Well,
But at the same time, if you're making it out as if he's saying or doing something that he's not, that's not right.
I had to go at a doctor last night in the hospital. So I did. I was like, you try fucking living my life, then you prick.
well, I get where you're coming from with the doctors. I had to call, or in December, I took over Christmas. I took some time off and I went down to see the family. As I was leaving the house, I'd arranged to have a telephone consultation with a doctor. As I was leaving the house, because since I had those strokes in May 2021, March 2021, my mobility has got worse to the point where I can't even walk 5 minutes to the shop close to me now without having to stop a few times because of the pain.
I can feel myself getting weaker, so I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what he said. So tell you what the
Horrible.
doctor said to me. I explained to the doctor. I said, "This has only happened since I've had the stroke." I said, "I've not given up. I'm still walking as much as I can, and I'm not changing the amount that I'm walking, but it's getting harder and harder to do." And he said to me, "Well, he was an Indian guy. He goes to me, well, we all need more exercise at our age." I'm like, "Hang on a minute. It's got nothing to do with exercise. I've not stopped moving. I'm not giving up. I'm still walking. It's just getting harder to do the same things."
Yeah, it's getting harder for me to do stuff now. Like,
it's like imagine,
lifting up a simple shopping bag now. It's starting to get hard.
It's like you imagine, one day you're drinking your cup of tea and you can pick it up no problems, and over a period of time, it gets harder and harder and harder to lift that mug up.
Even doing that hurts me.
And that's nothing to do with exercise. So they really don't give two shits, unfortunately.
It's like my whole body's starting to go really weak for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm saying though, right? You've got to keep pushing, no matter what your doctor says to you at the time, or whatever doctor you speak to about that time. Yeah, you've got to tell him, right? Listen, yeah, I am not taking the piss, right? I am being deadly serious here. This is affecting my everyday life.
Once you tell him over like 100 times, it kind of gets hard to like even contemplate yourself where. Like, start to believe it, if that makes sense.
This is where it's got me to having a go at the doctor, right? Rather than them actually doing something about it and trying to figure out what it is, they've given me 250 milligrams of naproxen for the pain, and the 500 cocodamol. So
they've only given me paracetamol. That's all
the largest doses, and that's it. They want me to take the painkillers and fuck off. I'm like, no.
They gave me paracetamol last night in hospital, right? I was that weak, I couldn't even take it. I had to take it through a drip.
Really?
That's how weak I was. I couldn't even luster up to swallow a tablet.
Fucking hell, man.
It's terrible. This guy's not even 30 years old. He's like 28 going on 29. And this is what infuriates me. He's a young boy. In my eyes, you're still a young lad. And you know what? No matter what age you are, he should not be just sort of brushed off. He's been having chest pains for years. He's been having pain
since I was born.
His legs for years.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why can't you help him? Don't sit there and tell him, oh, it's in your head or whatever. No.
That's what they said last night. It's all in your mind, apparently.
If it was in his mind, do you think he would have called an ambulance or gone to the hospital, whatever you did? No. You just get on with it, wouldn't you? But you can't. How can you get on with it when you're in so much pain?
And calling an ambulance was the last resort as well.
We can't even get face-to-face doctor's appointments here anymore. Everything's done on the phone. You literally cannot get a doctor's appointment. So you phone up, so I want to
if
make
I
an
ring the
appointment.
doctors and need to speak to him, if I finally get a chance to actually speak to my doctor on the phone, great. And then if they feel like I need to come into them to see them face to face, they'll say yay or nay to that. But it's down to your situation at the time. But I see what you're saying, though, mate. It's an absolute joke. It's not fair because we should be listened to.
Well, I'm looking. I got a text message today saying you need to ring the doctor to get a one-on-one consultation. So I got lucky on that one, I guess.
Well, the thing is, we're the ones going through it. We know what we're feeling. They don't.
Yeah.
They have to listen to us, so we tell them exactly. So we have to tell them. Yeah, so we say to them, look, this hurts or that hurts, or it's difficult doing this, or I can't do that, or this is happening. And that's what they're supposed to take on board and work out what's wrong. It's almost like if you go to them with any kind of pain, it's like, oh, fucking hell, I can't be arsed with this. Just take some painkillers and fuck off.
It's like they don't give a shit. It's like they just chew you up with painkillers and that's it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It feels like that, doesn't it? It does.
It doesn't feel like it. That is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got worse since the whole COVID thing, isn't it, really? When they stopped people going in altogether, it's almost like they've got comfortable not having to see people face to face.
Yeah,
and
it's
now
like,
now they don't want to go back to normal.
We got pushed back because of COVID. They use that as the excuse now.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm telling you what, they need to pull the flip. I obviously understand, that they've got a load of people to get through with appointments, this, that, and the other, whatever. I get it 100%. But we can't just be pushed to the back of the queue. If you are seriously struggling, like David has been for a while now, he needs to be seen to. And I feel like David should seriously be referred on from his GP's doctor to a cardiologist. Yeah. They're the guys that deal with your heart. And that's exactly what you're going through.
I've been trying to get that done for years and nothing's happened.
I'll fucking ring her myself, mate. I'm telling you now. I've said this to you before. If I have to pretend to be like your sister or something, or just say, he's my best mate, right? And he's suffering. He's going through this, that, and the other, and he can't keep going through this. He needs some answers. And I understand you've got all these people to go through, but still.
The problem is, Laura, you'll get a receptionist, and it's their job to fob you. It's the receptionist's job to fob you off before you get to the doctor. That's the problem.
It's getting through the gatekeeper, isn't it?
I've even said to my doctors, I'm willing to take the risk. Like, I'm willing to die for the operation if it makes me better. I've even said that to them.
Oh, David, don't say that, darling.
I know, but it's true. I'm willing to die to get better.
No, but how are you going to get better if you're going to fucking die?
I don't know, but I'm willing.
No, you're not going to die. Just so you know, you ain't dying. You ain't going nowhere yet, Your life is still here, sweetheart. You are not going nowhere, right? I'm telling you now.
If that's what it takes for me to get better, then I'm willing to do that.
It's terrible to get to that point, man.
I've been trying for years, Pat, mate, and I'm just giving up. It's like
I don't doubt it, mate. I really don't doubt it. It's just for anybody to get to that point is horrific, man. Nobody should have to get to that point,
Yeah. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to find a positive like we always do. We find a positive from a negative, and we've got to find ways to move on forward and try and be as strong as we can. But life is difficult, and when you've got health issues mixed in with life in general, it is a lot. It really is. And people need to realise this,
Life isn't easy as people say it is. Trust me, I know that.
Can I just respond to a couple of comments, Laura? Do you mind? Nix, first of all, Nix, hi. I've opened the comments now while you were talking and having a read. So I'm on omeprazole anyway because of all the other medication that I have to take. So they didn't have to give me anything else with an naproxen, but I'm on omeprazole for the rest of my life because of the meds that I have to take. And MC, you're right. There are too many people that take the piss out of the NHS.
It's true.
The problem that I see is a lot of it is because of the doctors. Because the doctors aren't doing what they should be doing, people are having to go to the hospital directly, and
I'll tell you
they're
another
seeing
story as well in a minute.
they're seeing an influx of people, and it's not just that, but without going into that side of things, but there are a lot of people coming over here who are also now adding extra pressure onto the NHS and other systems. But I don't want to go into that direction of conversation, but that
Yeah,
does put a strain on the NHS as well.
I agree. It really
I'll
does.
tell you another
100%,
story
mate.
about what happened last night in a minute if you want me to.
Go
Go on,
for
I'll
it. If
finish
you want
talking
to talk
anyway.
about it, David, go for it, sweetheart.
Well, basically, I was in hospital. I collapsed trying to go to the toilet, and the nurse was basically taking the piss out of me, saying you can get up and you can use your legs. And I was crying on the floor, literally saying I couldn't move at all.
What?
And they were laughing at me, and they were like, "You can."
They were laughing at you.
Yeah.
No, so
Oh, right. David, you better get the details together for the people who did the hospital that you were at, yeah, because I'm telling you fucking no. You don't put with that, darling.
And I was reduced to tears last night. So, and I'm quite a
I
strong
mean,
guy. I don't cry in front of nobody. Laura knows that.
not that it makes much
Yeah,
of a
no, you don't.
difference, but you need to get in touch with PALS,
What's that?
the patient advisory liaison service or something. You need to get in touch with them. At least you got some kind of a trail that way that you've made a complaint. You need to get in touch with them and make a complaint about how they treated you. It probably won't make much of a difference, but in case it does, at least you've got a starting point. At least you've got something to reference back to and say, look, I did make a complaint. Rather than just letting them get away with it, man. Shouldn't let people get away with mocking you
It
like
doesn't
that.
normally bother me, but last night I don't know what happened last night. Last night I was in so much fucking pain. It was unbelievable. I could barely sit in like one position. I was in that much pain.
Yeah.
Right,
I get
Dave.
you.
Well, let's put it this way, darling. Right? Do you reckon? I'll quite happily speak about this on my channel. I'm not asked me.
Yeah.
Whatever, Trevor.
I like speaking. I like speaking about it because it helps people learn, doesn't it? So
Of course it does, darling. This is what I'm about, though. You got to learn to, know what's going on. And let's put it this way: if you can't get hold of Smoky Poos, yeah, you know where to come to, right? I'm telling you now because you will be impressed, right, by the amount of pain relief you can get from what I'm getting hold of right now. And I'm not going to lie, my cannabis, medicinal cannabis, I'll quite happily say it right here, right now, medicinal cannabis. If anybody's out there suffering, that's what you need.
Funny conversation happened to me today. My nanny was like, "You smoke weed?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Nanny, because it's the only thing that helps me with the pain." And she's like, "Oh, right, okay."
Right.
Give me one up.
I was like, "Oh, does it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it relaxes me."
Exactly. Give me some bish. Yeah. But there you go. You got to do what you got to do. And when you're in pain and you're suffering, if that helps you, I'm not saying that, everybody should do this. No, it's down to you at the end of the day. If it's helping you and it's going to help with pain, sleep, pooping, whatever, anything, if it helps you, then do it. If it doesn't, then don't bother.
Yeah. Well, these tablets I'm taking, the naproxen and the codeine, doesn't even touch the sides. I mean, I had 3 teeth out 2 weeks ago. I had 3 teeth out, and I came back. The dentist said to me, when you get home, take some paracetamol or some painkillers." So when I got back, I thought, well, I haven't taken the painkillers for the pain that I get in my back and legs. I just thought I don't want to despise it. I want it fixed. But I thought, so I took the painkillers anyway. Then I needed to go to the local shop, and it was about an hour after I took the painkillers, and it didn't touch the sides. My back and my legs were just as bad as they were without the painkillers. I was in fucking agony, and I got back here, and when I got back to my front door, it took me about 45 minutes to go 5 minutes to the shop, get my bits, and walk back again because I had to keep stopping.
It takes me 20 minutes.
It's mental, isn't it? And I got to my front door. And to stand still, get my keys out, my legs were buckling underneath me. You know, like when I go to jelly. You know, when you've run a lot and your legs are
Yeah,
fucked
I
and they
get
start
it all
going
the
to
time,
jelly.
mate.
They were like that at the front door, and I've got in, dropped everything on the floor. Or didn't have a lot, just had one bag. Dropped it on the floor, come into the front room, laid on the sofa, and I got on my phone and I voicemailed somebody, and I was literally going for about 40 seconds, and she messaged me back and she goes, "Oh, you fucking idiot! You should have got a taxi." And I'm like, "Well, the problem is, if I get a taxi, I'm beating myself. I'm not doing what I need to be doing. You know, like if I get comfortable getting a taxi, then that's one bit of exercise that I'm not getting anymore. Even if it does
Yeah,
hurt, it's a bit of exercise that I'm not getting, and it's exercise that I need at the moment.
yeah,
But it's ridiculous. So, we've got two different issues, but it sounds like some of the symptoms that you've got are quite similar to what I have to go
they
through
are.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's not good, mate. I do get where you're coming from, and I feel for you. Especially having to
Yeah.
go into the hospital and get treated like that. It's bang out of order.
It's horrendous, especially when you go there and you need help when it's a last minute option as well. I wasn't even
Yeah,
concentrating on going to the hospital, but
yeah. Michael, it does bung you up. Yeah, I will say. I did take it after that day. I did take the codeine. I took it for the codeine and proxy. 3 days I took it, and it took me almost 3 days to have a shit. So it does bung you up for sure. Not that you all wanted to know that, but there we go. Oh, where's David gone? Where's Laura gone? Oh no, I've been left on my own. Okay, let's go and have a look at the chat. Anything going on in the chat? Anything going? Let's have a look. Michael, bit of all sorts, lost a friend last week. He was 54. Sorry to hear that, Michael. That's young still, 54. When I'm 44, I'd like to think I'm a long way from my demise, but 54 is still pretty young, man. Sorry to hear that. Hiya, KP. How you doing? You could have given me a heads up, Laura, that I'm hosting for a few minutes. Yeah. I think you're right, Matt. I think you're right. I don't want to be taking more tablets. That's the thing. I'd rather, I'd rather get looked at. I mean, some people are saying that it sounds like potentially like a slip disc. No, it's all right, Laura. I'm only messing. Some people say that it sounds like a slip disc, and other people that have got slip discs say, that they suffer the same thing as I do, with the pain and where the pain is and how it radiates out and that. But the doctor just doesn't seem interested. As I say, it's just a case of like take these painkillers and bugger off. I don't know, Jay, mate. I don't want to take tablets. The problem is I've got I've got health problems, physical health problems, and I suffer from my mental health as well. I'd rather not have to take any medication, but there is some of the medication that I take. I can probably get away with not taking it if I was able to be more active and a bit more fit. But the mental health medication that I take, I can go without most of the medication for the mental health, and I do take several tablets. But one of them, if I don't take that for 48 hours, it turns very, very quickly into one of the worst days that I have to live through, because my head just bottoms out and everything just becomes too much, and I feel like not wanting to be here when I don't take that medication. So I know that I have to take that now, and it's my fault for taking it in the first place. But I am now in a cycle where if I don't take it, I end up in a very dark place, and I'd rather not be in that place. So Unfortunately, I've been suckered in, and I'm now stuck with that. They've not given me an MRI, Nix, no. Again, other people have said the same thing, get an MRI, but the problem is you have to be referred or go private, and I can't afford to go private, so I have to wait until to be referred. And again, unfortunately, the doctor just gave me pain medication. Look up kratom for pain, mental health. I'll check it out. What meds am I on? Well, I'm on medication for me stroke, so I'm on. Oh God, I can't even remember what I'm on now. I suppose that doesn't make too much of a difference, but I'm on the largest dose of venlafaxine that they'll give, and I'm on quetiapine as well. I'm on cholesterol tablets, which I know a lot of people are against that. Again, I'm already taking pills. I might as well take what they're giving me. Although I'd rather not. But while I'm taking one, I might as well take the others. Yeah, it's the venlafaxine that messes me up. To be honest, if I don't take that, it's really puts me in a really, really bad place. Yeah, you're right, Nix. Absolutely. It would give an answer. But again, it's like David there, isn't it? If David had, if rather than saying it's all in his head, for example, and they actually looked into it and gave him a potential reason behind it, then it would make it easier. Not easier to live with, but at least there's a reason behind it. Yeah, I get that, Michael. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't help because most of the meds that I'm on will actually make you put on weight, and not being able to be as active as I used to be, and having medication that make you put on weight really doesn't help. Really doesn't. Hello, Ant. Laura will be back soon. Unless she's back already, I can't see. Is she? Oh, there she is. Oh, hello. Can't hear you though, Laura. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Laura.
Oh, sorry. Just realised I
there
was
we
on
go.
mute. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pap, so much for hosting for a bit, yeah? And having a chin wag. I'm glad you've had to have those chin wags, to be honest with you, because you need to. With these pricks on air, tell you what. Right, I can go with them.
Is David all right? Just dropped out, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he got cut off. I'm just waiting to see if he messages me or anything. Hang on. There we go. There he is. Okay, he said, I won't say it all, but he was saying that, he's upset because of the way that he's been treated by basically the NHS. And he didn't want to cry him alive and stuff. I understand, of course I do. Right.
Oh, man.
He's been through a lot, though, He really has, David. He's a little legend. He's a little fighter. He is a fighter. That's what he is. And let's put you over him. And yeah, David is a fighter, and that is the way he will always be. Bless him.
I know it's cliche, David, but and I hate cliches, but try to not let it get to you too much, mate. I know it's hard, but unfortunately, we're in this situation where we have to just, in many cases, suck it up and deal with things ourselves, unfortunately. And although we shouldn't have to, because that's what the NHS is for, we're kind of in a position where we have to keep pushing until we find that one person. And it only takes one person to actually listen to what you're saying and take action.
Yeah.
You know, we have to go through a lot of people that aren't interested before we find that one person. But there will be someone out there that will hear you and will actually want to help you.
There you go. I was going to say, perhaps, did everything get sorted with you and you know who?
Oh, what, yesterday?
Yeah, whatever it was.
No, 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 it hasn't. No.
Perfect state.
To be honest, look, to be honest, right? I mean, I can't pretend to like people that I don't like anymore.
My
And
box is getting very low. I'm just put you up charge.
and so therefore it's best for me just not to interact with that person anymore whatsoever. And that's what I've decided after last night.
Okay,
But it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. Some people just against you anyway and just won't listen.
Yeah.
So I'm at that point now where I'm just not going to interact with that person whatsoever.
I don't blame you, darling. It makes sense. It does, and I don't want to take sides here, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it is. Hello there in chat, Robert Lee and Michael. Who's that? Michael Castrian. Hello.
Michael Castrian, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Nice.
Yeah, you're right, Nix. Absolutely right. We're here for a reason, and although we struggle, it raises awareness for others. You're right, it does. Yeah, Jay. You know, and you know, me saying what I've been going through, and David saying what he's been going through. You know, obviously, in no way to diminish other people going through shit. Obviously, everyone is going through some tough times at the moment, man. And you know, I mean, on my channel, for example, on a Sunday, I do a live stream like Laura does, and we have lots of people call in or you know, just to talk. If you know, a lot of people don't have anyone to talk to at all. And although I might not be able to fix anybody's problems, sometimes just having somebody to talk to or a group of people to talk to get stuff off your chest can make the difference. Oh, I've been left again. Yeah, I know there's probably a few people on there that saw what happened last night, and to be fair, I let myself get drawn into something I shouldn't have done, and I was a bit of a dick, to be honest. I shouldn't have been the way that I was. I should have reacted a bit more grown up, but I didn't. But I just think the best thing to do is you know, as some of you guys are saying there in the comments, is best thing to do is just to steer clear of all the negativity at all. So I am going to try and do that. I've tried, to be honest. I've tried cannabis oil. I tried some stuff that it was like 70 quid a bottle, and it was horrid. It was horrid. I mean, I haven't smoked weed for 20 plus years. And the last time I had one was early 20s, and it was my birthday, and somebody came round with a joint for me, and I hadn't smoked for months before that, and I had this joint, and I just whited out. I just completely whited
You've
out.
dropped down the fucking back of there, love. Sorry, I've been in the kitchen. I'm gone. You've dropped down. Let me fish you back up, love. I'm gone. Where are you? Come here, darling. Come here. Pick you up, boy. Sorry about that. You dropped down
Hello
there.
again.
You put you on fucking started. I'm in the kitchen. You're over here, darling, because I'm trying to make a bit of food. Yeah. Let me
No
just stick
worries.
my
Go
back,
ahead. Go
back
ahead.
in there. Stick you back in there. Off your pot. Right. I'll be
Well,
right back. Look, thank you.
no worries. No worries. Michael, yeah, unfortunately, it's not just her. There's a couple of people that are connected with her, who do cause quite some issues. Unfortunately, again, I'm not going to say names on here. It's not fair on Laura's channel for me to bring up names, so I'm not going to bring up anybody's names. But there are a few people that are connected with her, and they do cause some issues. What was I saying? Yeah, so I had this. The last time I had cannabis oil, just reminded me of that time I whited out. I'm not afraid to admit that either. And it just tasted vile. So I see you're saying about the patches, Nix. I mean, it could be something worth looking into, but we're talking like chronic pain, you know, and I don't know, you know, you can't explain what the pain's like, but if you think to yourself, the pain's that bad, how can a little patch, how can a little bit of CBD oil help that amount of pain? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I wouldn't try it. I'd try patches if you know. I'll see if I can get hold of some. But you just think to yourself, surely it can't make that much of a difference with the amount of pain that you experience. But you know, if you're saying that it helps you with pain, then it might be worth me looking into trying to get some. Got kicked off Spunky's just Steph for being half caste. What do you mean, Robert? If you're trying to jump on here, Laura will be back in a minute. I've got no control over the StreamYard. Oh, if I zip it, Gary, then it's just going to be quiet while Laura's making her food. So I've got to do something to fill the void. Birthday in 15 minutes. Remember 15 minutes, Steph, because I'll forget by then. Amanda, I think, yeah, Laura will be back. I don't think, I know she'll be back in a minute. She's not going to leave me on here for the rest of the night, obviously. Yeah, I will. I'll look out for them. So it's not really something that I've thought much about, to be fair, CBD. But I do know a lot of people swear by it. But I also know people who have said that it doesn't really do much for them. So I suppose it's like anything, you've got to try it yourself to see, haven't you? KP nuts, I am, mate. Yeah, I am. How old will you be,
Sorry,
Steph?
Amanda, just seen you now, darling. Hang on.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't realise I was typing the back chat there. I just wondered
Right,
if...
dig in. Not a problem.
Not bad,
Hello.
love. Hi. Is it your
Hiya.
sciatic nerve that's fucarated? Do you know?
Sorry?
Again?
Is it your sciatic nerve that's giving you grief?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They've not given me any indication of what it might be. They've just said to me, I need more
You're right
exercise.
about. Hello?
So does it go from like the base of your spine down into your leg?
It starts around the kidneys.
Kidneys? Okay.
Yeah, starts around the kidney, so it starts just to the side of the spine, like literally just to the side of the spine. Normally on the left hand side, and that's the side that was affected when I had my strokes.
Yeah.
And then it will
Okay,
radiate.
Laura.
It radiates out across my spine to the other side of my back. Then it will radiate down my left leg, and it feels like it's going through it feels like the pain's going through the bone, not the muscle.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's right in the centre of my leg, right through the bone. And then it will go down the full length of my left leg, and then it will start to radiate down my right leg.
Sounds like you got sciatica, love.
Right.
That's what it sounds like, anyway. Yeah.
Hurts like hell.
Oh, tell me. Look, I've had like disc problems. I'll say hello to everybody else. And where my discs have popped out and they've been bulging out my spine. So I get that. The pain is horrific.
Yeah.
But the worst thing you can do is sit around and lay in bed. You've got to keep moving. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, part of the what I've been left with since the stroke is chronic fatigue as well, which makes So I've got something that I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to keep active, and then I've got the chronic fatigue. So even putting the Hoover around, and I only live in a 2-bedroom flat, so I put the Hoover around, and that is enough to wipe me out for the afternoon. So it's no good.
Doesn't sound good. Hi, everybody in the chat. Sorry, good evening. Let's have it right next. And who else is this on here?
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, mate.
Robert Lee.
How you doing, Robert? All right.
Yeah. Okay, man.
Good.
Hello, Robert.
Man.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need to prescribe painkillers. I'm seeing pre-gaps. Bloody hell, hang on a bit, Ant. It's going a bit far-fetched, that. I see Nick said it sounds like sciatica. Hi, David. Hope you're well, matey.
It's just nobody wants to look. Nobody wants to investigate. As I say, it's just a case of take these painkillers and bugger off.
What do they give you? Cocodamol?
I've got naproxen, 250 mil naproxen.
Hang on a minute. I'm surprised they'd give you them.
Well, I've got to take 2 of them 3 times a day, and 2 to be taken 4 times a day of the cocodamol, which are 30 mil codeine and 500 mil paracetamol.
Yeah, well, you do know naproxen are basically very similar to ibuprofen, but stronger based. So if you are taking them, you do need to eat food with them because it lines your stomach.
That's the vaccine, mate. I've been on full dose of that. And you know, when I come off it, it took about 3 days and I was tripping.
Yeah,
it's horrible. Yeah. It feels like my brain is disconnected inside my head. It just feels like it's floating.
Yeah, that's why he came off them.
I was asleep more than I was awake on them.
He were on.
Yeah.
They could be giving you the fatigue, because I could wake him up, get something to eat down him, and then that rate were gone again.
Yeah, well, I've been on the venlafaxine. I've been on for the last few years, 3, maybe 4 years. The fatigue is really, I've never been like I am now in my entire life. Not even when I was a teenager and even when I was a lazy teenager, I'd still be out of bed more than I am now.
Yeah, well, venlafaxine, I tell you, I could be laid down asleep, and it was as if I'd go into the kitchen, made a drink, drunk it, and I'd go back to sleep again, same place, but I'd not even moved.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Mad shit, mad. So I'm just going looking back at the. You need MRI to rule it all out. I know. Again, it's just getting them to refer me. That's the problem. I think, if I remember rightly, I have spoken to another doctor since December. My mind, I forget things quite easily these days, but I'm pretty sure that they said that they was going to try and put me into touch with physio again. I had physio after the strokes, and I think they want to try and put me back on physio again, but I just don't see how that's going to help, because if I stand for more than sort of 4 or 5 minutes in the kitchen, so if I'm washing up and I'm there for sort of 4 or 5 minutes, my back starts hurting, and I cannot find a position to stand in that stops it hurting. So I end up contorted over the sink trying to wash up in pain.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I know exactly
No,
what you mean.
it's mad. I mean, I laugh about it, you know. It's just mental. It just doesn't seem to be anything I can do to try and alleviate the pain. And again, I know there's people out there that are going through far worse, so I'm not trying to suggest that I'm, you know, woe is me, you know, and all the rest of it. I know there's people probably watching this that have been through far worse or are going through worse.
Well, I can't take amitriptyline anymore. They took me off them.
Oh, David, I had a word with somebody last night. That thing that we're talking about, David, East Street, it's on, mate. We're going to get a date and we'll let you know.
Yeah, we need to find out some prices and dates and what everybody can sort out, and then we'll have to book it and sort it all out. Saying it's my head, I don't understand.
What are you eating, Laura? We can hear you chomping. I'm only joking.
But no, I don't know, it's finding a happy medium, and maybe, you know, as much as I know you said physio might not help, but it might, because obviously if you are struggling with fatigue, then you are going to be asleep quite a bit, which in turn, you know, your muscles are going to be more relaxed, and the sciatic nerve can get supposed to be quite flexible, and if you're not, you know, quite rigid for so long, it can get stuck.
And this is why I refuse to not walk to the local shop. And even when I walk into the village, which the village is, it used to be. Can you still hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
It used to be an 8-minute walk away. Now I have to get a taxi to the village. Then there's only 3 shops in the village I ever go to, so I have to walk to those 3 shops, and then I have to get a taxi home again. But that walking around the village and walking to my local shop is really the most exercise that I get in a day, is doing that. Because even doing that when I get home, sometimes it wipes me out and I need to sleep. But if I give up on that, some people have said to me, "Oh, get a mobility scooter." I'm like, no, that's not happening. Number one, I'm 44. I'm not having a mobility scooter. And number two, if I do that, that's giving up. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to sit down all my life. I'm going to sit down for the rest of my life, literally, and you know, my legs are just going to wither away, and I'm going to be, you know, nothing. So I'm not doing it.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I've had 2 months of, I don't know, hell.
Yeah.
With the back situation, where my discs start to swell and bulge out, and it's horrible.
Spondylosis.
I've got spondylosis and osteoarthritis in my spine.
Right.
But obviously now I've got problems with the nerve, and it's all affecting my leg.
Right.
Into my foot. It's burning. It's stabbing me. But I'm going for physio very soon. So yeah.
Oh, you're going to physio?
Oh yeah, I've had it twice already years ago, but I'm going back again. Yeah. So we'll see what transpires. But I have managed to get myself a couple of MRI scans. That's why I was laughing about the MRI, because I've only waited, you know, about, I don't know, 6 years for this to fob you off, don't they?
Yeah.
And now, you know, I've been to see a specialist and all that now, so I have a consultant, but they wanted to give me a spinal blocker, and I can't be dealing with that.
The thing with doctors, I think, is a doctor's sitting there and it's like, right, the NHS either spends this amount of money putting you on MRI, or I get a kickback from the drug company by giving you some painkillers. Fuck it, I'll give you some painkillers.
Well, yeah, I've got a cocktail of them, love. Cocktail. Tell you, honestly. But I suppose it helps me get about and do what I need to do on occasion.
Yeah.
So you got to do what you got to do, Harry.
Listen, mate,
Yeah.
be loving all this lot that she's got. There'll be morphine and everything.
No, I got morphine patches. Only thing
I used
is,
to be on them back in the day. Back in the day, I was on those things. I tried it with the painkillers on it. I was on like one other painkiller. Tried it with that. I tried it for a few weeks and I was like, you know what? This ain't working, love. Nah. It works for some people, but not for others.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
well, I'm on a cocktail of shit, so it's like they all like mix together, and just they don't get rid of the pain. I must admit, the pain when it's bad, and don't matter what. I've had the TENS machine on zapping me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Matt, that's one thing you won't see me in is a spaz chariot.
Fucking spaz
They ought to be getting quite
well,
even kids are riding them.
even with alloy wheels on, it's not happening. So, I am going to have to get off though, because sorry, Laura, go on.
No, I was just going to say dead quick, if Amanda doesn't mind saying, like, where's this pain stem from that you're going through? Of course, if you don't want to say, no problem, so that's fine.
Do you mean mine?
Yeah.
Oh, various accidents I've had in the past, horsing accidents and car accidents and all really, I'm going to nearer 50 now than 40, you know what I mean?
Women drivers.
Shut your face, bitch.
Nothing wrong with my driving.
No, I'm going to have to do one. I am going to have to do one though, guys. Amanda, sorry, I'm going to have to get off because I'm.
No worries, darling. I'm doing the same in a minute, mate. Not a problem. So. Pat, Amanda, everybody, thank you for watching. We're going to go now. Go to Bobby's. Thank you very much for watching.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Amanda, nice to chat with you, Amanda.
We have spoke before, Mr. Pap.
Oh, my apologies. So this is part of the problem with the stroke. My brain is shit these days, so I do apologise.
Oh, don't worry. The drugs didn't fuck up my brain just yet. Well, good night, everybody. Take care.
Guys in the chat, take it easy.
Thanks for joining, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.
See you later,
Bye.
David. Look after yourself, David.
Laura, don't just go. Can you give Laura. David Scott my email?
Shit, I don't know your email off the top of my head.
I'll send you an email to send an email to him.
Right, no problem. That's fine. All right, darling.
Sorry. Good night. God bless everybody. Take care.
See you later, Laura.
Good night. God bless.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.